Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew. I am a fourth year informatics major, and today I have Gio here with me, and we are going to be discussing the things we learned in class this week regarding behavior change and the different kinds of behaviors. So if Gio wants to introduce yourself, say a little something, something.
Hi, I'm Gio. I'm a junior majoring in marine biology. I'm here to answer questions about the things we discussed in class.
Cool. So, Gio, are there any kinds of myths that you kind of have around changing your behavior?
The only myth and thing that I've heard is that it takes like 21 days to like correctly form a habit.
Yeah, I've heard that one too. I've heard different numbers, varies from like, but it's usually around like 21 to 30 days. Um, Another myth that we learned about was that um, there's this myth that if you want to like develop a behavior, become good at something and stick with something, that you have to try to be like someone else who is good at doing that. And that's a myth because, we're all different, we're all unique. And the key is to change how you're doing something and not the actual person. So that's one. So another myth that we learned about in class was that there's a common perception that if you keep failing at something that you're trying to change about yourself, then and you just can't do it, then you are a failure, which is not true, which is why it's a myth. And hearing that one in class, I guess kind of gave me like a boost of confidence. I was like, yeah, I'm not a failure. True. Cool. So one of the major concepts that we learned about were the three different kinds of behaviors, and they're called A, B, and C behaviors. And I'm just gonna like run down what they are for you. So A behaviors are automatic behaviors. So these are the things that you do with that you aren't aware about, you're just doing it subconsciously. So an example would be like when you wake up in the morning, people do different things like first thing you do when they wake up. Um, for me, I like stretch. So that's like a subconscious thing that I do. I don't wake up and I'm like, man, I gotta stretch. Um, so it's an A behavior because it's automatic. It's something that I do without awareness. A B behavior is a burning behavior. And burning behaviors are things that you're conscious of, but you can't stop doing. So an example would be for me, um, when I brush my teeth, I sing happy birthday twice because like that's what my mom told me. Like that's how long you should be brushing your teeth. And I'm aware that I'm doing it, but it's like I still do it anyway because that's kind of like what I've been doing my whole life. And it's a habit that I've developed. But I'm conscious that I'm doing it. So that's why it's a burning behavior. And then a C behavior is a common behavior, which is something that you are willingly choosing to do. So an example would be when I procrastinate on doing my work, I go on TikTok. And that's something that I'm conscious of and that I choose to do, I willingly do. And that's why it is a C behavior. So let me ask you if you could give me a behavior that you do, and then we can categorize what kind of behavior that is.
Um, when I sit down for long periods of time, I tend to shake my leg.
Okay, so in my mind, I have an answer of what behavior that would be. Do you have an idea? We can say it
I,
on three, right? One, two, three.
eh,
Hey, woo! I'm pretty sure that's correct. Um, you just shake your leg because you're like, I don't know, you're bored, right?
I'd say
So,
so.
and you're doing it because you're unaware that you're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
for sure.
things that are done uh, without awareness, a behavior. Cool. I will give an example now, and then maybe you can tell me what kind of behavior it is. So let's say that I sleep late. I just sleep like 2, 3 a.m. every day. What kind of behavior would you classify that as?
I think C.
I agree. I would say it's also a C behavior. Do you want to like maybe explain why you think it's C?
Because you choose to go to sleep late and later than you should, even if you like know you have things to do or like you need to get rest.
Mhm. So you're like conscious that you're making the decision to choose late.
Yeah.
Even though it might not feel like a decision, you're still conscious that you're sleeping late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that it is a C or common behavior. Okay, so that's pretty much what we covered the past 2 weeks. Uh, Thank you to Gio for being here and being my interviewee. Maybe
Thank
we'll
you
see
for
more of
having
you in
me.
the future.
Possibly.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, everyone.